thanks for joining us today and welcome to Cooking with Carolina Nephrology. I'm Dr. Blake Shusterman, and today I'm joined by a guest chef, Terry Garrix. Terry, thanks for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
Terry is a survivor of a kidney transplant from the Living Donor Kidney Program and really has a fantastic story about how she came and got her kidney. Tell us what happened, Terry.
I was born with a kidney disease, polycystic kidney disease. I found out about it when I was 45 and was told I would need a transplant. At 62, I needed a transplant. I went to the National Kidney Foundation walk, held at Furman. We have it every year in April. And one of my volunteer jobs was to give out bibs like a runner would wear with a number. But these bibs said donor, recipient. And I asked where the kidney needed bib was. And they said, we don't have one of those. Well, I'm a strong-willed person. I don't take no easy. So I turned one of them over, scratched on the back, kidney needed, any blood type. I'm maybe positive, so I'm a universal recipient. A young woman comes up to me when the event is just about over and asks how she can give me my kidney. Huh? I mean, I completely forgot about the bib. So I got a pen, gave her my phone number. She gave me her phone number. I told her contact MUSC, and she did. She went home and typed it out. That week she had her testing in Greenville. Following week she had her testing in Charleston. The following week we had a date for the week after. So literally 30 days after meeting my donor, I had her kidney. And my life is fabulous.
Wow. So where along that path did you actually believe that this was going to happen? I mean, I'm sure it's not when you write the kidney needed on the sign. I'm sure it's not when you give the phone number out. I'm sure it's not even when she calls you and says, I'm interested, because people drop out of these kind of things all along the path. When did you really realize this was real?
Probably after her testing in Charleston and realizing how dedicated she was to this. I have a friend that tried to do it, and she's healthy, but you have to be very, very, very healthy for now and in the future. Otherwise, they won't take your kidney. You have to be great. So some friends had failed, and I knew I needed to go out there and let other people know, because we have 2 kidneys and we only need 1.
A lot of these diseases we don't have a treatment for. We just have dialysis, and so someone like Terry gets a whole new life when she gets a kidney, and really is just amazing. And Terry is going to cook for us one of her desserts.
Yes.
Now, where did you get this recipe from?
I found it in a magazine and have tweaked it a little because of the potassium in it. I usually use pistachios and persimmons, which are high in potassium. Today we're going to use strawberries and pecans, which are just as tasty, and you can use other variations of fruit and nuts, depending upon what you're allowed to eat. I like to eat. I've always liked to eat, and before the transplant that was hard. Now it's not as challenging, but still we all have to watch what we eat and how much of it we eat. So let me show you this great light dessert. Here are 2 cups of Greek yogurt.
Now, Greek yogurt is a relatively healthy topping for your desserts. She'll sweeten it later with some honey, but compared to other things like ice cream, this will be a much healthier choice. And now Terry doesn't have to be as careful as she used to, and she can really thank Sarah, her donor, because she can eat this with persimmons and pistachios if she wants, thanks to getting her kidney. But I know most of you cannot do that, and this will be just as delicious anyway.
These are fresh strawberries. They've been sliced and cleaned. Sprinkle them over the top. The textures in this, as well as the flavors, is what I like. I don't usually like yogurt or eat yogurt because it just isn't my thing. But with the strawberries and the pecans and the honey and the salt, it's interesting how it all comes together so nicely.
So this is a perfect replacement for your ice cream sundae that you would normally have for dessert.
Take and drizzle your honey.
If you're diabetic, just be careful with how much honey you're putting on there if you want to watch your sugar intake.
And then the chopped pecans.
You can also make this in individual servings if you like.
And then a little bit of flake salt. Just a pinch more. There you go. And then you need some spoons and dig in.
Wow, it looks beautiful. How often do you end up serving this?
Not as often as I'd like, because I really enjoy it. It's so light and it has so many flavors and textures. So I think it's a great summer dessert, but the persimmons are winter, so either way.
Okay. Well, great. Well, thanks so much for joining us today, Terry.
Thank you for having me.
What advice do you have for anybody out there who was in your situation or looking for a kidney or who has a kidney transplant? Well, what do you want them to know?
It takes a lot of time and patience, which is hard. But if you're proactive and you go out and look, you go get what you want with anything in life. So that's how I feel.
Amen to that. That's great advice.
Thank you.
Terry, you dig in. And thanks for joining us today on Cooking with Caroline and Nephrology. You can visit our website. Well, good. carolinanephrology.com/cooking, and you can see more recipes and more cooking shows. And thanks for joining us today.